to jump into our political keynote, and we're very pleased to welcome Neil Gray, who's joined us from the Scottish Government. He's walked across the street, basically, I think, to join us. We tried to make it as convenient for you as possible. But Neil was appointed Cabinet Secretary for Wellbeing, Economy, Fair Work, and Energy this past spring, and I think hopefully can help shed some light on what the political landscape is looking like as vis-a-vis sustainability. So I'd like to welcome Neil Gray to the stage.
Thank you very much indeed for that warm welcome. And yes, the shortest commute to a speech that I will ever deliver, and the next one is slightly longer. I've got to go through to Glasgow, but I'm really pleased and grateful for you having me here at the Open Technology for Sustainability Day event. And it's fitting that we do gather here in Dynamic Earth, a centre dedicated to science, education and expanding knowledge of our natural world, given the subject before us. And like the technological innovations you've been exploring today, it inspires us to build a sustainable future. It truly is encouraging to see so many bright minds gathered here from across sectors and indeed borders. Your work represents the pioneering spirit of innovation that has defined Scotland for generations. And I want to thank Open UK for convening this important event focused on developing leadership and global collaboration in open technology. Your ethos aligns powerfully with Scotland's commitment to ethical digital innovation. We believe open technologies like open source software and open standards provide immense opportunities to advance solutions to humanity's greatest challenges if we collectively unlock their full potential. And we gather at a pivotal moment, facing no shortage of threats, from the climate crisis to rising inequality, but challenges have also fueled innovation. And open technologies offer bold solutions if we harness them for shared benefit. They provide tools for cooperation at a scale this moment really demands. And Scotland has always been a small country that thinks big. From ATMs to ultrasound, our inventions changed the course of history and have spread across the globe, saving and enriching people's lives. But we cannot be complacent, and we must be ambitious to exceed our past achievements. And now we look to technologies as the next wave of possibility. If directed with purpose, then they can help Scotland to transition to a fairer, greener, more inclusive society. And yet to realise this promise, we must lay the groundwork to support digital transformation. As with any period of progress, the path forward requires extensive investments, focus and collaboration. And our nation has competitive strengths on which we can build, including excellence in fields like AI, data science and emerging tech. But gaps remain between our potential and reality. And if we fill these gaps by enabling greater connectivity, capability and access, we can empower Scottish innovators to forge solutions, improving lives worldwide. And so the road ahead depends on uniting all collaborators within our technology ecosystem and rallying their talents towards this common purpose. One foundation stone on this path is open data. The Scottish Government actively promotes open data publication and use across the public sector, and wider access to data transparency fuels accountability, digital inclusion and economic opportunity. Open data can build public trust and empower people to participate in society. So we aim to collaborate widely, helping organisations open data sets sustainably using best practices. Well-described, standardised open data sets act as a single source of truth, creating efficiencies, improving insights and reducing duplication. And Scotland's upcoming open data strategy will seek to maximise the value unlocked from public data resources. We are exploring how open standards can enhance service delivery and regulatory compliance. And we're investing in infrastructure improvements that broaden across access through platforms like the new Scotland Data Portal. For example, we're collaborating with NatureScot on a CivTech project using technology to improve public sector data discoverability across multiple portals and websites. By continuing to grow our open data capabilities and literacy, we create an enabling foundation for fresh innovations that serve shared needs. And that's why, as announced in our recent programme for government, we will work to transform how public agencies support small businesses, improving data collection and sharing to target better support. By making business assistance more seamless, we power entrepreneurs across Scotland. And improved data discoverability and transparency build digital trust. And public trust is essential as we work towards Scotland's vision as an ethical digital nation. And as outlined in our digital strategy, we have a vision for a society that trusts digital goods and services to be ethical in their intention, in development and delivery. A society where sustainability and respect for human rights can be demonstrated transparently throughout the value chain. Developing a cohesive and practical approach to ethical innovation, particularly within data, digital and AI, will allow Scotland to reap the economic and social benefits while mitigating the perceived and actual downsides. We're currently developing an overarching ethical framework which will consist of high-level guiding principles and a toolkit option that will support the design and delivery of digital technologies. It will highlight ethical considerations, determine responsibilities and outline levers to influence behaviour in order to improve public trust, safety, access and confidence for all citizens in a digital age. An ethical approach to digital governance will support Scotland's thriving technology sector. And it is critical that we support Scottish tech to flourish. Digital technologies drive productivity, attract investment, generate high-value jobs and enable new business models. Tech companies already contribute over £7.5 billion to Scotland's economy annually. We recognise the immense current and future value of tech businesses and their workforce. And we are committed to scaling support across the start-up life cycle to help Scottish technology companies reach their full potential and social potential as well. Initiatives like the £42 million Tech Scaler Network provide start-ups with wraparound expertise and facilities to grow sustainably. And this nationwide programme delivers a backbone of support. We're also investing over £600 million to achieve 100% superfast broadband coverage across Scotland, including in rural areas where connectivity unlocks fresh innovations. And through the Edinburgh City Growth Deal, we're investing £10 million in data-driven innovation hubs at the University of Edinburgh and Heriot-Watt University, bringing researchers and industry together to become more innovative through data. Our national strategy for economic transformation seeks to cultivate a truly world-leading tech and entrepreneurship ecosystem here in Scotland. It brings together investments in skills, access to capital, commercialisation avenues, global opportunities and more under a coordinated vision for start-up success. With focus and collaboration, we can build a thriving digital nation where technology improves lives. And central to this vision is our redesigned Ecosystem Fund, which provides pivotal backing for grassroots initiatives across 5 pillars. First, social infrastructure, supporting events and spaces that bring together talent to spark inspiration. Second, international spotlight, showcasing Scottish innovators on the global stage. Third, sustainable impact, empowering entrepreneurs committed to driving positive change. Fourth, widening participation, opening entrepreneurship to those from underrepresented backgrounds. And finally, entrepreneurial education, embedding skills and mindsets from an early age. I want to dwell on the third pillar around sustainable impact. The magnitude of challenges like climate change demand unprecedented collaboration. Tech-driven solutions are critical, but only if we collectively apply them towards an ethical, sustainable vision. That is why the Ecosystem Fund increased focus on supporting Scottish ventures committed to embedding social responsibility across their practices and innovation. One example of this type of work is Scotland's leadership in an international partnership between government innovation teams to source climate solutions called the Global GovTech Allies. This collaboration, this programme, taps collective intelligence by bringing together public sector expertise across over 12 countries to scale green technologies with public benefit. It shows what becomes possible when we open access to knowledge, data and partnerships across borders in service of our shared global challenges. Another illustration comes from our investments in Scotland's AI ecosystem. We believe nurturing ethical AI aligned to human rights provides a model for sustainable growth. Initiatives like the creation of the Scottish AI Alliance help ensure our digital transformation is underpinned by shared values of transparency, accountability and participatory design. Our redesigned ecosystem fund is one part of a broader effort to strengthen Scotland's startup ecosystem. We also aim to develop globally competitive clusters of businesses in key sectors like energy transition and digital technologies. Simplifying access to innovation funding will further catalyse growth. And we envision a future where open technologies expand opportunity, uphold rights and improve lives across Scotland and around the world. Sustainable prosperity and positive impacts must advance together. So the Ecosystem Fund stands ready to support founders and other organisations who share this purpose-driven approach. And technology alone cannot solve our greatest challenges, but aligned with ethical goals, open technologies provide powerful tools to spark systemic change. I want to dwell further on the immense potential for technology to drive sustainability, given the scale of the threats facing our climate and natural systems. To avoid catastrophic impacts, we must reprioritise our economies around the principle of circularity, regeneration and care for our shared natural resources. This transition demands unprecedented collaboration and deployment of innovations like AI, advanced materials and satellite data. We must meet this moment with transparent and participatory governance models. And that is why events like today, focused on sustainability, are so timely and important. They provide a space to help shape innovations around our values and priorities. And we believe open technologies aligned to public good present a path to sustainable prosperity. The Scottish Government's role is to provide an enabling environment where that alignment can thrive. We aim to lead by example, making space for diverse voices, community needs and placing people at the heart of technological change. And if directed properly, Scotland's technology sector can drive wider access to economic opportunity whilst catalysing sustainability. By harnessing data and digital advances to improve lives, uphold rights, restore our planet, we can define a better future. Tech innovation will play an integral role in this journey. So in closing, I want to thank you again for gathering, for your tireless work at technology's leading edge. Realising Scotland's digital potential requires comprehensive efforts, from transforming business through support through better data sharing, to nurturing competitive clusters of startups, to increasing access to capital. We are committed to this systemic approach. The future remains uncertain, but events like today prove open technologies expand possibility if we collectively unleash their potential as a force for good. Keep reinventing and know your government stands ready to support you in service of our shared goals. There is immense ingenuity within Scotland waiting to be unleashed, but realising our promise takes focus and cooperation on an unprecedented scale. So I ask you to continue connecting across borders, disciplines and causes. Our shared challenges demand technology guided by vision and values. And this movement represents the spirit of invention and progress that has always defined Scotland. And I look forward to your strength in our collaboration in the work ahead. Thank you.